got up this morning, 5:30, turned the water on, like, looked at that leak. Oh my God.
We're going to get started if you guys don't mind. That was very good.
This is on one side.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like a wedding.
I was gonna
Nobody
say,
on
it's like a
that
wedding.
side.
Bob's on the wrong side there. I'd like to welcome everybody to our September 21st City Council meeting. I know we got a lot of important guests here today. I'm very excited to see everyone here. I would like to recognize Chief Gary Platt for joining us today. So good to see you, Chief. All right, please rise for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you can remain standing while our Deputy Mayor, Karen Bew, leads us in prayer.
Heavenly Father, we come to you in thankfulness for the many years of service that Chief Ty Platt, who is now retiring. We thank you for the long-term contributions he has made in his 25 years with the Brigantine Fire Department. We are appreciative of his hard work and dedication. He has adapted to many changes during his career and has made sacrifices of his own personal time when the job demanded it. He has been a mentor and a friend to his brother firefighters. We pray your continued blessings on Tiger and his family during this next phase of their life. May your presence be with him as he chooses new paths and explores new horizons. Keep him vigorous in mind, body, soul, and spirit. Open new doors of service that will satisfy his desire to give and that will make a lasting difference in our world. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. Lynn, can you read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement?
This is to advise the meeting notices covering this meeting have been sent and posted as required under the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thanks, Lynn. We're going to shift things around a little bit. I'm going to move up our proclamation. Thanks, John. I want to say, as honored as I am for Tiger's service to our city, me personally, I'm sad to see him go. Probably one of the people in the city who has left the biggest impression on me has been Tiger. We probably first met back in 2013 and 2014 when we were both union presidents. One of the things I always respected about Tiger is not only did he stand up for his department, he stood up for the entire community. I would listen to Tiger come up and he would speak his mind, and he so eloquently and intelligently put things together. He earned my respect forever. When the opportunity came up to name a chief, Tiger was my number one choice, not just for the respect that he had for our community, but for the respect that his department and the entire community had for him. We look at the Brigantine Fire Department as being one of the best fire departments in the state of New Jersey. And it's not something we just say. You look at the training, you look at the technology, you look at the programs that are here. A lot of that is because of Tiger's leadership. But it's not just him alone that made these things happen. What I really admire about Tiger, and something I need to learn for myself, Tiger didn't do things alone. Tiger has this unique, special gift to bring out the best in the people around him. He finds people who has a passion. He encourages them, he inspires them, and he makes sure they have the resources they need to succeed. Because of that style of leadership, we have the amazing fire department we have today. I'd like to welcome Tiger to come up while I read the proclamation so I can embarrass him a little bit. Before I read this, are you sure you want to go? Yes, Um, Whereas Tiger Platt was born and raised in Brigantine, New Jersey, coming from a firefighter household, he followed in his father's footsteps, joining the Brigantine Fire Department in July of 1997. Whereas Tiger graduated from Atlantic City High School in 1991 and embarked on an honorable military career, which started in 1992, where he enlisted in the New Jersey Air National Guard. In 1994, he transferred to the Air Force Reserves. In 2001, joined the 76th Air Refueling Squadron and is currently in command of the 514th Air Mobile Wing, responsible for over 2,200 airmen and staff, which supports airlifts and aerial refueling missions around the world. Whereas his career in the Brigantine Fire Department progressed as well. He was promoted to lieutenant in 2010, captain in 2013, and eventually rising to the highest position, chief of the department, in 2016. Whereas he has built great peer relationships, taking an active role in the IAFF Local 2657 as secretary treasurer and then president, making sure the members were treated fairly and retained safe work conditions. Whereas in a leadership role, Tiger strived to ensure that his team was well educated, trained, and ready to respond when called upon. As chief, he instituted many new policies and procedures, modernizing the department's organization and operations. Whereas Tiger was deployed numerous times during his military service, including Operation Iraqi Freedom, he has earned awards and citations in the military and fire department for merit, life-saving, and outstanding achievements. Whereas he has been blessed with the love of his family, his wife Jennifer of 24 years, as well as two children, Aiden and Rachel. Whereas the city of Brigantine has been fortunate to have Chief Platt and experienced, competent, and dedicated individual serving our community for the past 25 years. Now, therefore, I, Vince Serra, Mayor of the City of Brigantine, on behalf of the City Council and the people of the City of Brigantine, do hereby commend and recognize Chief Tiger Platt for his 25 years of service to our community. Congratulations.
So nice to be on that side, not to be on this side. First, Mayor, Council, I can't thank you enough for this. I've really enjoyed our time working together. It has been an amazing journey. This city, I'm over 30 years serving in the military, and this city has been 100% supportive of me through all those deployments, through all those retrainings, everything I've ever had to do, short notice taskings, where I just left for months on end, and the city has always had my back, and I'm forever grateful for that. To the men of the department and the women, Bernadette, I saw out here. Oh, Tammy's here too. Our department is what it is, not because of me. It's because of you guys. You said it. We don't do it alone. We never do it alone. If you think you're doing it alone, check yourself, look in the mirror. You're not doing it alone. It's everybody around you that helps you rise to the levels. Without you guys, the department wouldn't be where it is. I mean, you're the ones that are making it happen out there. My circle of chiefs that are here, North Wildwood, the airport, Ocean City, the new chief of the airport very soon. Greg, congratulations, well deserved. You guys have been amazing. We have we all kind of made chief around the same time. There was a whole group of us from here all the way down to Cape May, and we've kind of kept ourselves in check. We kept ourselves sane and insane at times with the stupid memes, but getting business done when we needed to get it done. And it was just so nice to have that circle of guys out there that if I had a question or a concern or something I haven't seen before, I drop it in the text chat, and you guys have been amazing. And I'm so grateful to have you guys and to be, going through this journey with you. So I appreciate that. Nelson, congratulations on your retirement. I mean, you retire on the same exact day. I choose a different uniform. I see you're still wearing yours, but so to the retirees that are here, I see Jimbo, Gordy, Bob Suey. You guys are the ones that kind of back when I was a young fireman and snoring a lot, and Gordy quit. Gordy retired because I snored. I swear that's what happened. But you guys are the ones that taught me how to be a good firefighter from the start. Jimbo, no better pump operator, taught me how to run that engine and run it perfectly. Bob, not sure what you taught me, but no. I'm kidding. I've learned actually a lot. I've learned so much from you, my friend. But thank you for being here. I really do appreciate that. To my family, my mom, no bigger president of a fan club than her. Always bragging about everything I'm doing. I feel bad for my siblings because she forgets to brag about them sometimes. So you got to remember to do that. And my dad, to be able to follow in his footsteps and be the chief of the same department that he was the chief of, it's an amazing feeling to be able to do that. To have two Chief Flats hanging on the wall. Although I think the last time I looked, I was dressed as one of these Star Wars characters in my picture. I know it wasn't you. To my wife and kids, I mean, they're the one that deserve the proclamation because, over the years as a firefighter, when the big blizzards are coming, when the storms are coming, we're always at work, and you're missing all those good times with the kids when they're out making snowmen and we're over here because, the island's buried in snow or floods or whatever it may be. And so I can't thank you enough for always, supporting me in everything that I've ever done. Yeah, I'm just forever grateful. I love you guys. So once again, Mayor, thank you so much. I feel like I don't deserve this, and my wife will tell me you're wrong. You do deserve it, but I am very grateful. No, I'm good. I got over it. Good. And real quick to the police officers that are here as well. Some of my best moments in this department were riding the rig, riding the ambulance, pulling up at a call, getting to work with Kaz and some of the guys, and just having a good time. I mean, you guys are amazing. I love the relationship that we have. The banter that goes back and forth, cops versus firemen, it's just amazing. I mean, Rich, you have an amazing department, and you should be proud of the guys and men and women that you work with. And Roxanne, I'm sorry. I have given you a hard time, but I think we had a really good relationship, and I really enjoyed our time working together. And you've kept me in check. And you put the mom look on me, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, Roxanne. Jim, I wish I could say the same about you. I mean, I've known Jim since we were kids. Grew up right around the corner from each other our whole lives, and we had our moments, right? But we've gotten stuff done, gotten things accomplished. So I appreciate it. So if you want to say no one more time, no. There you go. That's what I'm used to when I walk in. Anyway, I'll end it here. But again, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you guys being here. And we're heading down to the Cove, so anybody wants to come on down. So I hope you guys come.
Alexis? Thank you. I'm going to put that on for
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have a motion and second to return from executive session.
I'll make that motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none. Fred, can you summarize?
Yes, Mayor. In executive session, council discussed certain personnel matters. Matters deals with the appointment of acting chief financial officer. Additional information will be made available to the public this evening when council considers resolution 19. We'll also discuss a personnel matter arising with the fire chief's position. Additional information will be made available to that in the next 30 days in the executive session. The manager did provide updated information to the city council. In matters of litigation, a piece of litigation touched upon certain personnel in the city was discussed. Manager advised that this matter has been referred to the appropriate insurance personnel on behalf of the municipality. Council also discussed certain litigation that touches upon the Green Team. Manager provided updated information in that regard. Additional information will be made available in the next 60 days.
Perfect. Thank you, Fred. All right, next up, we have our approval of our September 7th, 2022 council meeting and executive session minutes. We have a motion and second.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Approval of requisition list, operating expenses and payroll. We have a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
At this time, we'll open it up for public comment. This is public comment on any agenda item. Seeing no public comment, we're going to close the public portion. Next up, we have Resolution 2022-189, and this is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Brigantine authorizing entry into an agreement with the County of Atlantic for the preliminary and final design services for traffic improvements to the Brigantine Lighthouse Circle at Brigantine Boulevard and Bayshore Avenue. We have a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
So this first part here is going to be in two parts tonight. This first part is for the design and construction plans. This is a 50-50 cost share with the county, and it's in a not to exceed amount of 200,000, which the city would be responsible not to exceed 100,000. Any questions and comments? All right, seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
One last thing I want to add, it was in two parts, but it's one here. One of the things I thought was really cool is when the students came in, I believe it was the 8th graders who do, they call it Genius Hour, 20% time. Some of the ideas that they presented here at the council meeting are actually incorporated in the final design. I was very, very proud of those students who came here. They did a presentation here for us at City Council, also went out to the county and did a presentation there. And I think they impressed a lot of people. The last part of this I forgot to bring up is just, it's the construction cost, and it's 22% paid by the city, 78% paid by the county. And I vote yes.
Motion carried. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I know I threw you off there. I apologize. Resolution 2022-190, and this is a resolution by the City of Brigantine authorizing the city manager to execute an employment agreement with Albert Stanley for the position of Acting Chief Financial Officer. Could we have a motion and second?
I'll make that motion. Second.
One of the good things about this is Mr. Stanley will be acting in two roles, not just as the CFO, but also as our QPA. So it'll be a dual role position. Any questions or comments from council? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2022-191, and this is a resolution of the City of Brigantine authorizing award of contract to Core Main LP for the removal of existing waters and installing remote read, I think it's supposed to be water meters, at various locations throughout the city. This is in the amount of $2,680,573. We have a motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2022-192, and this is a resolution by the City of Brigantine authorizing the award of contract for inspection services, and this is for drainage improvements along Ocean Drive West, and this is to Dorn Engineering in the amount of $18,200. We have a motion second.
So moved. Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2022-193, and this is a resolution of the State of Brigantine authorizing the purchase of one 2022 Dodge Ram 1500 SSV 4x4 pickup truck from the approved state contractor vendor, Hertrick Fleet Services, and this is for the Beach Patrol, and this is in the amount of $26,754.45. Motion second.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Any questions or comments?
Is this something that they're behind on orders too, just like the dump trucks where they won't be able to get it for like a year or two, or will they hopefully be able to get that sooner?
We actually got lucky on this one. Another municipality had a cancellation and we were
Okay.
able to pick it up.
All right, perfect.
So at the recommendation of the CFO, we were actually looking next year, but her recommendation was to get it this year because it's been so long to get vehicles. We have the money in the budget now to do it, so it made sense to do.
Awesome. Sounds good.
If there's no other questions, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2022-194, and this is a resolution of the City of Brigantine authorizing the purchase of one 2023 Chevy Tahoe four-wheel drive, four-door SSV vehicle. Is this supposed to be SUV or SSV? Just making sure. Vehicle from the approved state contractor vendor, Hertrich Fleet Services. This is for the police department, and this is the amount of $38,937.50. Motion second.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2022-195, and this is a resolution by the City of Brigantine authorizing the award of contract for project review services, and this is for drainage improvements along Ocean Drive West, and this is to Collier Engineers, and this is in a not-to-exceed amount of $19,000. We have a motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I was waiting for a Mayor Gunther. I could feel it coming.
Just give me time. I'll get it.
I told Phil he still votes on things. He laughed. Next up, we have our consent agenda. We have our Green Team Bridge Fest festival request, including 5K run, Elks raffle license number 979, the Presbyterian Church raffle license 980, business block party request 31st Street Alley, Heart of Surfing adaptive skateboard event request. We have a motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have our council manager committee discussions. Turn it over to our city manager.
Mayor, I'm going to yield my time. I believe John Doring is going to give us an update on the water pressure issue and the water tower maintenance.
All right, perfect. Then we'll turn it over to the great John Doring.
Thank you. Excuse me, as everyone knows that it was in the north end of the island. Yesterday morning a little bit, but this morning you woke up to some low pressure. As everyone knows, we are in the process of painting Roosevelt Water Tower, which means it's out of service. So what we do is we divert the water into the system and we rely on the 14th Street Water Tower for a lot of the pressure in the Gulfports area. We did this also in the spring. We did not have this low pressure problem, but because of all of the irrigation on residents is still on, we lost reduced pressure at around 4 o'clock this morning. We were back up and running by full pressure by 8:30. We did find a glitch in our system down at the down at the south end, where we have two pumps, lead and lag, and it looks like the relay on one of the pumps went. So we did have a reduced pressure. We're monitoring it very closely, and tomorrow morning we should be able to, without a glitch, have water. So
Perfect.
that's it.
Everything's good. Everything's safe with the water. No issues.
We never lost water at all. We just lost pressure.
Lost pressure.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't notice it. Some people did. Mostly when you took a shower or were flushing your toilet.
Yep.
Is when you noticed it wasn't filling up as quick.
Perfect.
So, yes, but everything's safe.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Chiefs?
May I say one other thing?
Yes, sir.
We had our shredding event this past weekend. I think it was one of the busiest ones we've had ever. We did over 4 ton of paper on Saturday. So,
Great turnout.
yes, very well.
That line was all the way down Ocean Avenue and around. Yeah.
People got there before the shredding truck got
Yes.
there. Some of your guys had the cars were coming in so fast. They're like, Mayor, move over. I was in the way.
And the proclamations and awards for everyone.
That was very
received
nice.
them was very good
Yep.
as well, including yourself.
Thank you.
Of course. Police information.
Yes. Thank you.
Turn it over to our Deputy Mayor, Karen Beal.
And I was just going to reiterate what Johnny said. It was a great Clean Communities event with great participation, people cleaning the beach, lots of groups came. It was wonderful to see and it was a beautiful day too. Cultural Arts is running a lovely event down at the community center. I got in there Sunday to see their art display. Are you going to speak about it? Were you? Okay. If you have time, stop into the community center. They have one of the whole classrooms all set up with different local artists are featured, and it's really nice. It's open until through Saturday this week, Saturday the 24th. Coming up, we just approved the Bridge Fest this year. I don't know whether too many of you remember the 50th or 50 years ago. 50 years ago, Lynn was there with the Girl Scout troop. it's the 50th anniversary of the opening up the new bridge. Some of us remember the old bridge. It was quite an experience going over that. So the green team is working hard with I believe, with the Chamber of Commerce, working on Bridge Fest. It will be held on October 15th. There will be, all right, so the first event is the farmer's market from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the Fall Brigantine Farmers Market, same location, the school parking lot. Then from 3 o'clock, there is a 5K run and walk that starts and ends at the Cove Restaurant. It will go out down Harbor Beach, all the way down Lagoon Boulevard, out to the entrance, I believe, to the Cove, turn around there and go back to the Cove Restaurant. And then starting at 4 o'clock, there's a citywide bridge crawl to include pop-up shopping, music, spirits, and dining. And I believe we just closed off the 31st Street Alley as part of that whole celebration. So come on out and do the crawl, do the walk, and run. Have a great time, and don't forget the market. And I believe that's it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Perfect. I just wanted to note that the bridge was a couple years older than me. You said some of you remember. I don't remember it.
Several years old. Yes, it is.
She's gonna smack me later.
Also, this will be hanging up in businesses, and it's got the QR code. You can scan on that and see what all the activities are. Yeah, I was here. I just moved here.
The cement was still wet, so we carved our names in the side. I think I was 12.
I still have a
John, you must have been
commemorative
there.
issue of the Brigantine Times from that. I just gave it to Linda to 1903. Yeah.
That's awesome. A lot of good history here.
Yeah.
Turn it over to our second ward councilman, Paul Lettieri.
I have nothing.
Turn it over to our third ward councilman, Dennis Haney.
Thank you, Vince. And thank you, Karen, for filling us in on the Bridge Fest. Yeah, it's pretty interesting when you said 50 years ago and you think of the whole timeline there. Vince is saying that he wasn't even quite maybe a sparkle in mom and dad's eye back then or whatever. But a good friend of mine, one of my buddies in the state police, a very good friend of mine, Frank Emmons, his whole family grew up here. And I remember him telling me about the big, nice little parade and everything that they had way back in the day. I guess, Karen, you have some memories of that? Some pretty, right, as you were describing. That's pretty cool. So 50 years later, that's awesome. So today's our last full day of summer. We've really had some great weather. I hope the fall is just as well. I think they've got, what do we got? The tailgate party coming up. Is that going to be, Mike, do you know, is it this upcoming
This Sunday.
Sunday, right?
Yeah.
The Eagles game and the Commanders. Anyway, just hope the weather holds out for, we just have good weather for our other events in the fall as much as possible. Some nice events going on this past few days. The VFW had their end of summer barbecue. It's always a hit. Plenty of people there, plenty of good food, and just a nice time for an awesome cause. Also on Monday, the South Jersey Cancer Fund, they had a fundraiser at the Cove, and that was packed. It was tough to find a parking spot there, and they just really did a good job between Joe Crilly and Jack Sherrick. They really always do a good job putting out a nice spread of food for everybody and supporting all those groups. So council was collectively represented at both of those events they mentioned. So nice to see the great turnout as well from our whole community. Let's see. Windmill info, I think we'll be hearing some of that from Vince. I'll defer to Vince on that. We had a nice meeting though yesterday, and Mike was there, Karen was there, Vince and myself, and amongst other county officials and some other people. And the final thing I just want to say is congrats to Tiger, a great guy, and wish him well as he hops on his horse and rides into the sunset there. So happy trails. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Turn it over to our fourth ward councilman, Rick DeLucre.
Thank you, Mayor. I really just have one thing, and this is directed to Mike. Mike, if you run into problems tomorrow morning with the water pressure down on Kirkwood, you got my number, right? Yeah, give me a call.
Thank you, Rich.
And I'm going to yield the rest of my time to the great Fred Cerny, because no one ever does that. Why not?
I think he's got a plunger with a hole in it, Mike. I think that's what he was telling me about that
We
earlier.
got a pool in the pond. Pond would be good for you.
Turn it over to our councilman at large, Neil Kane.
I don't have a whole lot. Amazing summer. I do want to send my condolences out to the Stoppo family. They lost their daughter Cheryl. Cheryl grew up on the island, and we lost her way too soon. It seems like we've lost quite a few people in the last 6 months. So my condolences go out to them. Also, I want to say congratulations to Chief Tiger Platt on his retirement. It's a good day. He was a good man, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Turn it over to our councilman at large, Mike Reardon.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, like everybody said, Karen with the art festival last week was great. On Saturday, had to meet the artist. That was wonderful. Tailgate on Sunday is big. Weather forecast looks good, but real cool. Other than that, I really don't have anything, but always remember, if you have any problems, I'm on the front page of Brigantine Todd's here. My number's there. You can call me anytime. So thank you.
Mike, can I have my paper back now that you're done with it? I had it sitting in my box.
I love how much fun we all have together. You know, you work at this, and like, I really think over the years we've developed a good bond and a good friendship. I appreciate that if we need showering tomorrow, we can stop by Rick's house. I'm usually up about 5, so if you just leave the door open, I'll be down. But no, it's good. It's important. We do a lot of important work here, but I think our relationship has really come a long way. And you can see, like, you see it reflected just in everything that gets done in the city. So it's something we need to capitalize on. You know, and I say this a lot too, but I am so proud of our department heads and our city employees. There's so many times like I turn around and like something comes up, and somebody's already on it. Somebody's already taken care of it, or things we don't even think of. You know, it's really the success of our community is the work that all of you do, from our department heads down. And I'm very proud of that. Our Clean Communities event, very impressive with the shredding event, as well as people who come out and clean the beach. And the funny thing is, the biggest complaint I get from the people who come to clean the beach, why is the beach so clean? Like, and you know, I tell them because we have an outstanding public works department, but they come here and the beach is clean, and it's good, and it's great to see. We honored a lot of good people. You know, we honored Lisa, John, JJ, and Dawn, and a few other people, and you know, those moments where you really get to take a couple minutes and just reflect on how much people mean to you just really means the world. You know, at least for me, I know it makes me proud to sit here in this position. So I'm grateful for everybody and all that you do for the city. The Fine Arts Festival, an opportunity to go down and check that out. Mike and I went through it together, met a lot of the artists, and there was some really impressive artwork. The talent that is here on the island. And I've heard so many stories about Sister Celeste, and now I got to like meet her and like just very impressed with her. And I can see why like so many artists are drawn to her. You know, and I said what I had to say about Tiger earlier again, and I mean it. He's a great employee, but I am sad to see him go. You know, but that just opens up the next chapter for the next person who comes in to kind of take over that position. A couple updates. Had the opportunity on Friday to go down to the firefighters convention. I know the fire department has been talking, probably I'm the third mayor now they've been talking with about fire trucks. And I'm the kind of person, I have to see it for myself. I can't just, I mean, fire truck's a major thing. I know they explained to Phil, they explained to Andy, they explained to me the truck they need and why they needed it. I decided to go down there. I had the opportunity to meet with Tiger and Paul and look at trucks. They showed me the model of truck it is that they're looking at. They also showed me some other trucks that were down there, and I can see kind of the variation. Our community has changed a lot since Sandy, and the equipment we have, I don't think accurately will continue to service our community. The other thing I looked at too is fire trucks, and I talked to some of the vendors down there. Fire trucks as a frontline apparatus really have about a 20 to 25-year life. Our truck is at 22 years right now. So that truck is coming up on the end of its life. So this is something I think we really need to consider. The truck right now, talking with some of the vendors that they were looking at, come January 1st is going to go up 6.5%. And I've seen this since we've been talking about this the last few years. The value or cost of the truck has gone up roughly 100 grand a year. And I think if we had just kind of pulled the trigger and taken the action earlier, but I don't know that we were really in that position. Some of the things I'm curious, and Chief, if you could, Paul, if you could get this information as well. We put a lot of money into the city investing in flood prevention, flood resiliency. And this is something we work on with our CRS rating. I also am aware that there's something called, I believe it's called the ISO rating. And this has to do with the city when it comes to saving on our fire insurance. Right now, through the work we do in the city, we save our residents here and our taxpayers about 25% on their flood insurance. I want to see with this new truck, we're looking at a truck. The truck we have now has 75-foot ladder. This will have a 100-foot ladder. It'll have the bucket, which will be safer. You know, what impact this will have on our ISO rating. Also, what are some of the steps or things we can start to do in the community to improve that rating to help the residents receive better rates on their fire insurance? You know, so I think that's something long-term we can start to work on and start to develop. The other thing I'm curious too is this truck is getting towards the end of its life. What is the 5-year, I guess, average when it comes to the maintenance on the truck? I know there's a couple of things that have failed on it. What are we looking at the cost of maintaining it versus the cost of getting something new? I also looked at like speccing out what we have currently. But honestly, the truck we have currently, I think since Sandy and the new flood height elevations, I don't think it'll better service our community. So I think we need to kind of come in line with that. So that's something we're going to talk to. I talked with our CFO briefly about it. We're in a position now where in the next couple of years, we're going to have debt coming off. One of the things we try to do with debt is we really try to manage debt. We never try to make debt go away. What we try to do is schedule debt. So as we pay things off, we replace it with other things. And what that does in your budget is it keeps your budget level. People are used to the taxes that they pay now, but it's the ups and downs and unpredictability that makes it hard for the taxpayers to really, you know, stay in line with things. So we spend a lot of time managing debt. We have this debt coming off. We have to look if this is a good opportunity, because if we don't do it now, we're probably not in a position to buy a truck, most likely another decade. I don't know that this truck that we have now makes it another decade. So if you can get that information for us and we can start to get some information to council so we can make a decision, I think this is something that we really need to pay attention to. If we're going to do this, my recommendation would be to do it before January 1st. The vendor from Pierce said that he would lock that rate in for us that it is now because rates are going up in November. I told him we just can't act that fast. That's not what a governing body does. He said he understood that. He said that he would hold it till January 1st. So that gives us some time to make a decision and make sure that what we're doing makes sense. So I wanted to share that with you guys. The other big thing is we hosted a meeting of elected officials across the county concerning the ocean wind projects. We had a good cross-section of people at every level of government represented at this meeting. I will tell you, my understanding going into the meeting is very different than my understanding coming out of the meeting. We had a lot of just great minds and good discussions about how other shore communities and how the county should proceed in dealing with this, I'm going to say this project for now. So we'll be sharing more of that information soon. We'll be having a public meeting on October 8th, working those details out with Atlantic Shores. They're going to come in. Idealistically, I'd like to set something up very similar to how Atlantic City Electric did their open house. It gives people an opportunity to come in, to see the project, to ask specific questions. Once we have that information, confirmed, we'll put it out to the public so that people can come, and people can join us for that meeting. All right, so at this time, I'll open it up for public comment. If there's any public comment, please come up, state your name and address for the record.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
just a reminder about the dedication, rededication.
Oh, thank you, I forgot. I apologize. Yeah. I have it off the top of my head. Friday.
Friday night,
Friday.
at 5 o'clock at the fountain, we're having a rededication of the garden club. 40 years and still
Yeah.
going.
Perfect. Thank you, John. I did forget. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. People always stepping
It's
up and
also
taking care of
Fourth
us.
Friday, I believe, where they're
Oh, yes,
different
the-
vendors and businesses are going to be open.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, so at this time, we'll open it up for public comment. Anybody wishing to be heard, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no public comment, we'll close the public portion. Any final council comments? Seeing none, can we have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. There you have it. This concludes our September 21st council